You want the taste of burnt ends? That bark, that smoky flavor, that tenderness, but without breaking the bank? I'm showing you how to get championship barbecue flavor on a ranch hand budget. We're doing poor man's burnt ends with a chuck roast. Burnt ends are made out of brisket. They are so addicting and so flavorful, but you know what is not addicting? The price of a brisket anymore. It's like gold. Well, first of all, I'm gonna look at some brisket. $11.11 a pound. Still got a lot of marbling, $3.20 a pound. I'm gonna stick with the chuck roast. So enter the chuck roast. Yeah, much more affordable, less waste than when you're trimming a whole brisket, cooks faster, but it's still got that great marbling and great flavor. Now, when we're talking about chuck roast, it comes from up there on top of the shoulder and down the side just a little. It is a muscle that does quite a bit of work, so that means it's gonna have a lot of flavor. But when you cook this slow and low, it just falls apart, tender as it can be. I always know that a dull knife, if it cuts you, hurts a whole lot worse than just cutting you with a sharp knife, because it's over a lot quicker. Well, let's talk about seasoning these burnt ends, and I need something that's really going to bring out more flavor than what we already got. So we're starting with what? Some coarse ground black pepper, some sea salt, smoked paprika, garlic powder, and onion powder. But I am going to also add what? A little dried oregano, a little bit of chili powder, because I want it to have just a tad bit of that taste. Must be humidity in the bottle. See if we can get some of that in there. Well, folks, we're gonna do it the old-fashioned way. Looky there.
Whoa!
That's what you call they filled the bottle plumb up. You could just mix this up and use it just like that. Or you could add brown sugar to it for a little sweetness. Me, I got a game changer for you folks. Anytime I'm doing something I'm gonna smoke and I need it to have a little sweet or caramelization, it is our rib rub. And it's time to break out the automatic wooden-handled whisk. Give it a good mixing. It is best if you get you a flat sheet or a cookie tray. Put it right there. But I'll tell you too, another thing that helps this even more, take that chuck roast out about 45 minutes before you get ready to cube it up. We're just gonna dump it on there, and then we're just gonna go to sprinkling all over here, and then we'll rotate and do some more, because we want everybody to have some of that flavor. Make sure you get everybody covered, because we're gonna use all this seasoning, folks, that we mixed up.
I'm sure people have noticed, but for some reason, we have a lot of flying insects, like flying in front of the camera today.
Yeah, and there's a lot of crows today that are hollering. They're just saying, I'm glad he's eating beef and not eating crow. And I don't want to eat no more crow. I had some of that when I was little.
Did you?
Yeah, my daddy, we had a BB gun, and he told me, he said, I don't aim to interrupt you there, but you got one he flew off.
Bugs all over me.
He said, now if you're going hunting, remember, we eat what we shoot. That day I got really lucky with a Red Ryder BB gun, shot a crow. He made me pluck him, built me a fire between two gyp rocks, drug out an old refrigerator rack out of an ice box, put him on there. Let me tell you folks, that was worse than eating shoe leather, and I ain't never eat shoe leather, but it was tough. Don't eat crow. Let me get me a wire rack. We'll trade places with this for a minute. Get that over here out of the way. That right there. The reason we're using a wire rack is you see the space. I need some airflow under there so everybody's gonna get that circulation and get that smoke bath. We hope we have enough room to get everybody on here and make sure that they're not touching together. You don't want them to get too friendly because everybody needs the smoke. Now it is time to put them on the smoker. today I am using the Hasty Bake Legacy Grill, but it also works as an indirect smoker. It does. Thing is so versatile. Now, I'm gonna first get me some hardwood lump in there from the good folks at Smoky Wood. Get that propane torch, start it. I'm gonna let them coals get good and white hot. I am. I'm gonna rake them down here to one end. We're cooking indirect. Meat's on one end, fire's on the other. Then what are we gonna do? Shut that lid, add us some hickory and some cherry, my preferred thing to do with burnt ends. Now hickory's gonna give me thinking is that a pig on that grill? It's gonna give me sort of that bacony flavor that I want out of it, but the cherry is gonna bring a little sweetness to it. Target temperature we're looking for today is 275 degrees. We're gonna cook them an hour and a half to 2 hours or until the internal temp is 170 degrees. Let me give you an expert tip. You know, the biggest thing out here when you're barbecuing meat or you're cooking something on the grill, a lot of people just guess at what it's doing. And what? That's a mistake because you're going to end up with dry, tough meat that has no flavor. And that's why I'm proud of my Chef's Temp X10. Number one, it is accurate. Number two, it reads quick so I'm not burning all the knuckle hair off my fingers. And folks, this thing is tougher than a ranch gate. You ain't gonna tear it up. So I'd like to thank the folks at Chef's Temp for sponsoring this video. Take the guesswork out of cooking and put better flavor and better food on the table. A big part of smoking good meat is accuracy in your internal temperature. Whether it's chicken, pork, beef, armadillo, rattlesnake, hey, this thing's got you covered. And as I mentioned, if you want to cook that chuck roast whole, don't feel like you have to babysit it all day. The Chef's Temp Pro Temp Plus 2 is perfect for you. It has the thinnest wireless probe, gives you real-time temp reading from your recliner. This is a must-have for longer cook times. You know, Chef Temp makes it so easy for the home cook to become the professional pit master they do. And this thing is worth full price, but I don't want you paying full price for it. They're offering our fans here a 25% discount. Make sure you use that code and also check out all their other grilling products. They will make you a better cook inside, outside, in the rain, in the sun. They got you covered. Folks, don't you just love that old smoke rolling when you're cooking something? You can sit back in your patio chair and picture yourself along the shore, the calm sound of the waves crashing on the beach, and a cold beverage in your hand. And you're lounging in your shorts. What? Shorts? You gotta be kidding. No shorts for me. I ain't been working on my tan. The reflection off them white legs you'd make you think you's in a whiteout in a blizzard. But hey, since we got some appetizers on the smoker, I thought I'd give you a bonus and make you another appetizer. What is it? Paniolo Poppers. Yeah, we're celebrating the Hawaiian cowboy, bringing some flavor from the island way over to here. And you know where is it at? In our cookbook, Faith, Family, and the Feast. Well, start off these Paniolo Poppers. I done took me some bacon, put over here on the Blackstone, cooked it till I would say it was exactly half done. Then I took some of these sweet peppers and just cut them in half, got the seeds out, and then what? A softened block of cream cheese, some crushed pineapple, and some cheddar cheese, and mix all that together to where it's really good and smooth, and it's time to load them up, it is. So just take your spoon. I just like to just put it in there, make sure that everybody's level to the sideboards. There is quite a bit of history behind the Hawaiian cowboy, the Paniolo. Now let me take y'all back to the late 1700s, 1793 to be exact. King Kamehameha the Great, the man uniting all of the Hawaiian Islands, was given a gift by a British sea captain by the name of George Vancouver. Vancouver was exploring the Pacific and stopped by the islands. He brought 5 longhorn cattle with him from California, 2 bulls and 3 cows, and he offered them up as a royal gift. Kamehameha didn't eat them, nope. He saw value in building a herd, So he placed what's called a kapu, that is sacred law, on them cattle. Forbade anyone from killing them or even harassing them. He wanted those cows to multiply, and boy, did they ever. Over the next few decades, them cattle went feral. They roamed wild through the forest and the lava fields, smashing crops, rooting up the land, and causing all kinds of havoc. By the time the 1830s rolled around, they had thousands of wild cattle. Too wild for anyone to handle. That's when Kamehameha III, his son, called for help from the Mexican vaqueros from California, expert horsemen and ropers. The Hawaiian folks learned from them, picked up the skills, the gear, and even the lingo. They couldn't pronounce Espanol too well, so they started calling the Cowboys Paniolo, and it stuck. And that, folks, is how the Hawaiian cowboy, the Paniolo, was born. Now, the Paniolo didn't just copy the cowboy way, they made it their own. Instead of the dusty prairies, they rode through lush rainforest and across the volcanic slopes. Their saddles, heavier and with deep seats for steep mountain riding. Their ropes, braided from rawhide and strong enough to hold cattle on a cliffside. And while the cowboys of the West strummed guitars and fiddles, Paniolo played ukuleles and slack key guitars. You see me slap that bacon on there and everything is done. Now, if you're doing this in the house, preheat that oven to about 400 degrees because you're gonna cook them probably, I'd say 15 to 20 minutes till that bacon gets good and crisp. But right before you slap them in there, rub it over with your favorite barbecue sauce. Now, I got the grill going, so I'm just gonna utilize that. Them burnt ends is on there minding their own business, so I'm gonna try to time it about right and put them over here still at 275, probably gonna take me about 40 minutes. So I'll try to figure that timetable out on it all coming off at the same time. We are nearly to that 170 degree mark we are, and we're gonna pull them off, put them in a pan, give them a bath, we are. And that bath starts with some of our good Red River Ranch mud barbecue sauce. Now I'm gonna add a little bit of Justin Wilson's famous sauce. What did he always call it? The Worcestershire sauce. I think I said that pretty good this time. Don't take much. About a half a cup of beef broth, give or take 3 swallers. I'm gonna give it a taste just to make sure. Guy ain't no mite, as JJ used to say. I'm thinking, if I don't burn my fingers plumb up, let me check one of these right quick.
What are we looking at?
We are right about 168 on most of them.
Close enough.
So let me get them off there. The tip is don't burn your fingers and don't drop none of them. Whoop, 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 whoop. I'm gonna set them right there for right now. This is the only full pan I had at the house today. Yours don't have to be that big, but hey, it's gonna be all right. Now come the sauce. And you're gonna just put it on there, but we're gonna toss them too. Well, all them little burn ends is tucked in. Finna take a little nap. They are down here on the indirect end. Still, down here on this end, don't forget. Smoker is running at 275 degrees. Probably gonna cook an hour to an hour and a half till they get good and tender. Added me just some more wood, not for any smoke flavor, just for some heat. But I'm gonna check them in an hour and a half. We're gonna give them the squishy test. Now you know them things are done when you can reach down in there, grab one between your thumb and your finger and give it a little mash, and if it mashes in two, they are tender in every bite. Well, we have nearly got what I would call a spread. After I put the foil on there and about 45 minutes in, I'd rotate the pan. And then I'd come back out here and I'd rotate it again. Give it a little shake, make sure that all them juices is getting back up there on top. We probably total cook time pretty close to 4 hours, maybe just a little over. The Paniolo Poppers, I had to take off just right before this got done because it was cooking a little hot. But they're where I'm going to start. These things is so good. I ain't had none of these since we made the cookbook. No, Dooker, you don't like these. Make me want to have one of them luau's. I'll tell you one thing. I have eat and made a lot of jalapeno poppers, different ways. But folks, I think I'm going to change my mind and go with these from now on. Melt in your mouth. Goodness. The seasoning is right on top. I mean, it is so good. But I would really like to give a shout out and a thank you to Chef's Temps for sponsoring this video. So don't forget about their other products, whether you need a temperature probe just to check a steak or a burger or a piece of chicken, but also that long-term cooking probe that they got. You can program, get in there and set in a recliner. You ain't got to worry about it. And they even have a fan you can put on your smoker to keep your temperature regulated all the time you're cooking. So we do thank them very much. But it is with pride, honor, and privilege that I tip my hat to all the servicemen and women and all the veterans who have kept that old flag a-flying over camp no matter where we're at. Rest of y'all, get on up in here quick because I'm getting hungry. It's been a long day. God bless you, each and every one, and I'll see you down the what? The burnt-in trail. Chimney sweeper.
You gotta do it like Dick Van Dyke in Mary Poppins. Like, do that voice.
I never seen Mary Poppins. No. G'day, Governor. Come to sweep your chimney, I have.
That's Australian.
It's closed. I've never seen Mary Poppins. You know why? There was too much music in the movie.
Our videos have music in them.
Not singing music.